So guess what? It finally happened. Tamron looks like they're going to announce their 70 to 180 FE 2.8 lens in October. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's That One Camera Guy. Just talking about this lens potential announcement in October. It is a rumor still, okay? I want to stress that. But the track record on Tamron looks to see an announcement probably during around Photo Plus time. Would make a lot of sense for them to do that. And I talked about this in my Sony APS-C versus full-frame video about wrapping up the Trinity lenses on the Tamron side. And if Tamron wraps that up and gets their 3 lenses, holy smokes, you finally have a third-party alternative to the Sony GM series of fast f2.8 lenses. So if you are on a full-frame side, and this was the reason why, I want to mention that I was pushing folks to kind of look at the A7 III as an option if they were going to get serious with their work or whatever. But I want to stress too that it doesn't mean that you had to give up your APS-C. I'm not saying that at all. If APS-C was working for you, this lens might actually be very interesting, which I'll get into in a second. But now, you now have this third lens that's going to be announced soon, and hopefully we see an announcement around January, like a release by January or something, hopefully soon. Because they'll announce in October, it'll be a few months out, and then you'll probably be able to pre-order the lens. So the 70 to 180, it's not a full 200, but I would say it would meet the needs of most people. And I'm sure Tamron had to choose that focal length to keep the size down. So I am curious though in the comments below if that's something that actually bothers you or you're fine with that. Are you okay with the trade-off with the lacking 20 millimeters and then the weight savings? And by the way, a lot of 70-200 lenses aren't really actually 200. Some are either slightly shorter than that occasionally. So it might not even be a big deal. So that's what I'm interested in. The weight savings is a big one. So you can see sort of the silhouette of the lenses and just kind of making some comparisons to the Tamron 20 to 75 on the Sony Alpha Rumor site. So you are getting a lens that's definitely shorter than the 70-200 2.8, and obviously it's going to be cheaper as well and lighter and all of that. So I'm excited for it. You finally have, I hope, a lens that's going to cost half the price of the G Master lens. And I am curious to know what you think though. If the price point, what price point would make sense for you? Now let's be fair here. I think my guess would be a $1,299 price on this particular lens. I don't think we're going to see a sub $1,000 for this particular lens, only because it's on that telephoto range, for example, more glass is involved in it. But if they can keep it at least half the price of the G Master lens, would you go ahead and pre-order it if you were in the market for a 70 to 200? And also, if you are an APS-C shooter, would you check it out? Now, speaking of APS-C, I was mentioning already, jump to the A7 III, yada, yada, yada. I want to mention that I really like my APS-C kit. And I think more people would consider staying with APS-C if there was options there. Now, the fact that you have a 70 to 180, a lighter lens, smaller form factor, which would pair really well with an APS-C body. I think at this point, if you really wanted to exist in the APS-C world, you definitely can. And I'm not saying you definitely have to jump to full frame or you can't do pro work on APS-C. That's silly talk. You definitely can do that if it's already something you're doing now. But this just excites me. You are going to have another option of a lens, and I think this 70 to 180 would pair even better on an APS-C system. This definitely excites me more than that. Than Sony's like 70 to 350 lens that they're gonna make. I mean, that didn't excite me at all. But this is a really great option here. So I'm excited, not necessarily just for me internally, but I'm really excited for a lot of you who will have more options to want to jump into these systems. And I know I did a recommendation, I think, at some point for the 70 to 200 f4. It's a fantastic lens, even at f4, sharp. Great optical quality, all that stuff. So if this is going to be a good lens, we don't know yet 100%, but at Tamron's track record at this point, we're going to assume that. Definitely keep this in the back of your mind if you were in the market for a 70 to 200. If you can wait a little longer, wait for it. If you really can't wait, maybe grab the 70 to 200 f4. But if we're looking at the same price point, I would definitely consider the 70 to 200 Tamron at this, a 70 to 180 Tamron at this point. So I think that's all the stuff I wanted to cover. I'm super excited. It's funny because yesterday I was shooting some volleyball. I was using my Sony a6400 with this 70-200 G Master. And I'm not bothered by the weight and the clunkiness of it, but it crossed my mind because I was also testing out adapting my Sigma 50-100 Canon EF lens. And I was asking myself, you know, it'd be nice if there was a smaller compact lens that could work. And I was thinking about Tamron, and I just checked, the website this morning, and lo and behold, we're going to see an announcement in October. And you can definitely see it's a much shorter lens and more compact. And that's really going to pair well with the APS-C system, considering you are going to get a magnification in the effective focal length. Now, it's not a real, 70-200 in that sense, but you're going to get an effective focal length magnification over that. So you're going to get over 200 millimeters on the effective range. So I think you get the idea, folks. Let me know in the comments down below if it is something that piques your interest. Are you going to get it? And what price points make sense for you? And if you were in the market, are you now considering this over the G Master? Let me know down below. And don't forget, check out my other content, like the video, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.